What's going on, everyone? So, we were all super anxious, super excited, looking forward to seeing how our new franchise center was going to play, right? Mark Williams, Los Angeles Lakers. You got Luka and Mark Williams paired up for the next 10 plus years, right? Guy that's already a 16-10 guy and could really change the landscape of this team alongside Luka and LeBron James. And then he wasn't playing, and it was just like the trade's still pending, and it's like, okay, what's going on? But it's like, sometimes things are a little behind, little hiccup, right? And then we get the news, right? Late last night, we get the news that, hey, Mark Williams is no longer coming to the Lakers, that he failed his physicals, and the Lakers had too many concerns and decided, like, hey, we can't do it, right? The Charlotte Hornets tried to swindle us. They tried to bamboozle, and yet, now what? Right? That's the big thing. Like, now what? Now what do the Lakers do? Because, Mark Williams would have done a ton for the Lakers, right? Talk about big physical interior presence. Did a whole breakdown video on how Mark Williams can affect and impact this team on multiple fronts, right? Again, he's young, athletic, versatile. He's like exactly what this team needs. Now, obviously, I don't think this is like the be-all, end-all, right? But this hurts, right? Like, say the Lakers had a 60% of winning the championship, just like for argument's sake, right? 60% that they could win the championship this year. It's dropped, right? Definitely. So what? 40% maybe? At the end of the day, it's always going to boil down to Luka and LeBron. If Luka and LeBron are transcending, then the Lakers are going to have a chance. The Lakers can still win. But you don't really have a center. Jaxsom Hayes is the only center you have right now because Kleba is expected to be out for the year. He's going to be reevaluated in 8 weeks, which takes you to April. And reevaluated doesn't mean he's actually coming back, right? That just means that they're going to reevaluate him. Jared Vanderbilt, for example, was reevaluated like a dozen times over the last 2 years or a year, right? Before he came back. And then, Christian Wood, your guess is as good as mine. I get asked regularly any updates. I'm regularly trying to find updates on Christian Wood, and there's nothing. There's nothing, right? Like the guy, who knows, right? Take a guess, right? Because it's probably better than anything else. But then beyond that, you have the G League guys, right? You have Trey Jemison, Christian Coloco, who have had great moments and great spots, but you can't do anything because what the rescinded trade does is, now you have all 15 roster spots filled again because you're getting back Dalton Connect and Cam Reddish. So that clearing of a roster spot is gone. You also do, though, on a bright side, get all of your assets and all of your picks, right, back, and Dalton Connect back. So Lakers, their wing depth just got better again, but it's the center spot. So what do the Lakers do? Well, they still have options. Lakers are still not completely dead yet. It's not great because you're not going to get that high-end starting caliber center. That's the problem, right? The Lakers aren't going to be able to fix the center position to the level in which we probably need to because you're still limited because you're still a first apron team. So because this all happened after the trade deadline, they can't refigure it out where it's just like, okay, fine, just give us Dalton Connect and you can have Mark Williams and you're just taking the chance because it's cheap enough now. You still get to save all your picks and all that stuff. No, you can't do that, right? So the only way that the Lakers can get a center now is now they have to waive somebody, right? So they still have, about $1 million, 1.8, I believe is what they have, or 1.6. So, and the beauty is, it's like any contract is going to be prorated, right? So say a vet minimum for a guy is $2.2 million, right? Well, right now it'd be whatever the maths as, right? It'd be like 1.4, right? So Lakers would be able to sign that guy. But again, you're not going to get the higher tier center, right? You're not going to get somebody to the level of a Mark Williams. Maybe you get lucky and one of these backup centers that are actually good enough to start see this situation and go, man, like, if I go to Lakers, I'm going to play like 30 minutes a game. Where right now I'm playing like 15 to 20 in a backup role, right? Like, is there a center out there on another team that looks at this and goes like, hey, I want to be bought out so I can go start for the Lakers, right? Like, that's probably your hope. Otherwise, you're bringing in probably like a Trey Jemison or Christian Koloko, or you're bringing in like one of these other guys that aren't really centers, right? Like, I see a lot of people that are like, what about Daniel Tice? Like, okay, he's like 6'8". I don't think he's bad. I wouldn't hate him for like a depth perspective, but like as your starting center, it's like Mo Bamba. Like, the guy can't even earn rotation. Dude, the guy's been on like 5 teams in the last like 2 years, 3 years. And he can't even get rotation minutes as like a third big, right? Like, and we're gonna have him as a starter. I mean, you could argue Luka and LeBron are gonna make whoever it is look better, right? Especially Luka. As long as a guy can like catch lobs and dunk it, right? It's just, I would rather personally, if it's me, either wait. Which I think the Lakers will be patient regardless. I think the Lakers are going to be very patient, see how things develop. You're winning, right? You're doing well right now. Luka's coming back. There's still that excitement and all that stuff, right? Like, so Lakers are still in good shape. So I do think the Lakers will be patient. And you got to think, the longer you wait, the cheaper it gets. So then maybe you get to the point where you can sign 2 guys, right? Like, if you do it like a month out from the trade deadline, because now they're both like $800,000 to finish the season. So, like, Lakers will probably wait as long as they can, try to get through the season with Koloko and Jamison, playing more minutes and in spots and stuff, and kind of just navigate the season that way. Because beyond that, right, like, you're kind of trapped, right? Unless a guy does, like, a no-brainer guy just does become available, and it's like, okay, like, that guy just wants out. He wants to come here and be a starter. Like, that's perfect for, like, to get you through the season, right? That could be a possibility. But, from the center perspective, you're probably not filling the void that you need to fill, right? Because you're very limited. So you're either A, trying to find that diamond in the rough, right? Like I said, Trey Jamison, 6'11", 270, just tank, right, on the interior, can be a lob threat, moves his feet well for somebody his size. Maybe the Lakers are looking at that and going like, hey, maybe we can use him just because he's just a big physical center, right? Or you're looking at, like, again, one of these buyout candidates, which right now, all these guys, like all these free agents, none of them are really good, right? Like, again, like Mo Bamba, sure, maybe, right? Like, I would like to see the Lakers kind of utilize the 10-day contract, right? Like, bring in Mo on a 10-day. Give him, like, 3 games and just see, right? Just give him, like, 3-4 games and just see. Like, how does he look? How does he play, right? Is he capable? Like, does he look great, or is he just getting torched all game, right? Like, I really would like to utilize, like, you have tools at your disposal that you can use to kind of put yourself in a position to evaluate. Use them, right? Like, take the 10-day, bring in a Mo Bamba. If that doesn't work, right? Because what you could do is you give him a 10-day, right? Let him play 2-3 games, right? If you're kind of like, okay, we'll give him another 10-day, and then make your decision from there. If not, you let him go, and then bring in Tice as a 10-day, or this guy as a 10-day, or whatever, right? Like, that's a real serious option. Lastly is you're hoping, like I said, one of these centers that are out there that are either on a bad team or on a, or a backup in like a, because none of the top team centers are going to want to leave, right? Or going to leave. And those teams are probably not going to buy him out, right? Because they're going to be like, dude, like, we're like the 2 seed in the, like in the West. Like, we're not going to buy you. I think you're crazy to go to the Lakers, right? Like, so it would have to be one of these like bad teams or like middle of the pack teams that are just like, we're not winning anything this year anyway. So sure, we save like a couple million, right? Like, go ahead and give and just like kind of do right and try to like look good. Right? Hey, we did good, right? Like, problem is too is that how many teams are like rushing to the door to help the Lakers, especially in this position, right? Like, I'm sure teams are thinking like, right? But I mean, the fact that the Hornets just try to like bamboozle us is like infuriating. They really tried to finesse. They really did. But look, you have to be overly cautious, right? Like their criterias are probably very different than ours, but we're the team giving up all the assets. We're the team that's giving up all the pieces to go and acquire him. We can't take the risk. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? How do you want to see the Lakers solve their center position? Do you want somebody that's on the buyout market right now? Do you want them to kind of use 10 days to experiment with guys? Do you want them to try to convince somebody from another team to buy out? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.